Good morning, class. Welcome back to theater class once again. In the last session or the previous session, we talked about how to improve our voice. So yes, we did a lot many exercises on how to work on our voice modulation. Yes, we talked about voice modulation skills. I hope you are good and well at your home and you are taking adequate and appropriate measures in order to keep you and your family safe. Now, in today's class, we'll be talking about voice modulation again. The first activity I shared with you was how to work with vowels, and the second activity we worked upon was the radio, and the third activity we worked on the sounds of various animals. Now in today's class I want you to explore voice of various birds. So if I would think that how birds create sound. So the first bird we are going to explore today is a sparrow, or smaller birds which are visible these days due to lockdown on streets or across the city. So there's a very simple way of creating a sound of a bird, and that way is, let's go ahead. Take your hand, place it on your lips and stretch it hard and then create sound. So that's how we can create a sound of a bird, a single kind of bird. Now let's move to another bird. Let's move to a peacock. And how does a peacock create its sound? You can also try it yourself. So let's do it. So that's how a peacock speaks. Now let's talk about a cuckoo bird. Cuckoo is koel, what we call in Hindi. So let's create sound of a cuckoo bird. Ooh. 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 So that's how a cuckoo creates its voice. Now another bird would be a crow. So how does a crow create its sound? The crow gets its voice from directly the throat. So crow doesn't have the jaws. So the crow creates its sound from the throat directly. And crow says like, ah, 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 ah. So the complete stress is here on your vocal cords. Now the next bird we'll be talking about is a cock or a hen. Early in the morning, the natural alarm we have, and it goes like, so that's how a cock or a hen creates sounds. You can also call it a rooster. Now let's talk about few natural sounds. So when we talk about nature, let's create sound of air or the wind. So how does air or the wind create sounds? It's similar something like this. So that's the natural sound, the nature sound of air. Now let's move ahead and work more on our voice modulation skills. So another category I would want you to try and work upon is create different voices of various machines. So the first machine I would be talking about, how about a motorbike? So there are various kinds of motorbikes available in the market. So let's take a Yamaha or a racing bike. And how does it sound? The racing bike should sound like. That's how a racing bike sounds. Now let's assume as if you have a Bullet. Now Bullet, Royal Enfield, it's a royal bike. I'm also experimenting and you should also experiment. Don't judge me if I do wrong because I'm just experimenting. So that can be a Bullet sound. Now how does a car start? Suppose you have some Maruti, the old model of the Maruti. How does it get started? Oh, I'm also making mistake, but it happens when we try. It happens that we tend to make mistakes. Now let's try to create sound of a racing car. So racing car sounds like. Apart from the car, now let's go on to another machine, and that machine can be, why not, a train. And how to create a sound of a train? That's complicated, but I'll make it easy for you. Let's go ahead. So take your hand like this, just in the L shape. Keep your hand right in front of your nose and this thumb right below your chin and make it straight. And you just need to blow the air in this gap. So let's do it once. So that's how we can create sound of a train. There are many other sounds we can explore around our world. Let's move ahead with the sounds of various characters. Yes. So if I would talk about various characters, the first character I can explain to you can be a robot. Does a robot want and how does a robot speaks? So when a robot speaks, the voice comes directly from here. So that's one character. Now, if we talk about another character, it can be a vegetable seller. So how does a vegetable seller shouts or gets his customers? So the vegetable seller creates sounds from here, right from here, and his pitch is always so loud. So he sounds like. So he stretches his sound so that his sound can travel to a longer place. Now, apart from a vegetable seller, let's take another character, and this can be a tea seller at the railway platform. And how does he create his sound? So we need to experiment all these things. That's all for today, and I want you guys to explore your voice, your capacities, and how you can modulate your voice according to various characters, according to the story, whatever is required. You can do it yourself. You can create various kinds of voices using your throat. So students, I want you to explore them by yourself. I hope you'll be able to do it. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. Thank you so much. See you in the next class.